Here's a quick breakdown of the new CDC school reopening guidelines. They're similar to guidelines in Oregon in that they emphasize things like mask wearing, hand washing, and social distancing. As for vaccines, it recommended teachers are prioritized, but getting a vaccine isn't a prerequisite for reopening.
I do think it justifies Oregon being much more aggressive than it has been to date, given that we have made the societal investment in prioritizing teachers for vaccination.
Renee Gonzalez is a Portland parent who's part of ED 300, a group advocating for a return to in-person school for all students with distance learning as an option. In addition to the CDC guidelines, Gonzalez points to a Wisconsin study in rural schools with safety measures.
Good news, they found that you reopen a school, almost no in-school spread, zero spread from child to teacher in that study.
But some parents are still hesitant about in-person learning, especially those in communities of color.
Our communities are being most adversely impacted by COVID. We're more likely to contract COVID, become extremely ill, and even die from COVID.
Rochelle Chase is mom to 8-year-old Leo and 2-year-old Luna.
Predominantly what I'm hearing from other communities of color is that we don't feel safe sending our kids back right now. And we're concerned about our children, we're concerned about our elders, and we're concerned about our teachers.
Teachers in Oregon have priority when it comes to getting the COVID vaccine, but many still have concerns about ventilation.
We have very new buildings and we have very old buildings. And some of those old buildings can't even fit the filter to prevent the spread of the virus within the building.
Scott Herron represents Tiger Tualatin teachers, and while there are things to be worked out, the priority right now is vaccinations. He believes many district teachers will have them by late March when the district plans to start in-person learning for younger students. And to give you an idea of where the state of Oregon stands, the Oregon Department of Education tells me almost 20% of students had some form of in-person instruction last week, which means about 80% of students statewide are still fully learning online. This while larger districts in other parts of the U.S. have already started in-person learning. Christine Pitawanich, KGW News.